when you look at it at first, it looks like a broken window. It was taken in Kibbutz Be'eri, one of the kibbutzes that the people who were murdered there is the highest amount, the people who were kidnapped is the highest amount. But when you read a sticker on this broken glass, it says in Hebrew Shalom Achshav, and Shalom Achshav means peace now, and it's the name of a movement that was established in 1977, and it was there to motivate the peace process with the Palestinians. Since then, they were very prominent, especially during the talks in 1993-4 with the Palestinians, the Oslo Accords, and ever since they're coming from the left-wing Israeli society. They've been trying to promote this as much as possible. Many of the people who live in these kibbutzes were part of this movement. Some of them were, peace activists that started different peace organizations, like a woman called Viviana Silver, who started Women Wage Peace, and an Israeli-Arab center in the Negev of cooperation, and another couple that was kidnapped used to drive Gazans to hospitals in Israel every day, and many others. The title that Illan, my friend, gave to this photograph is "The Dream and Its Shattering." And, in Hebrew, we have a saying, Hachalom is the translation, Hachalom v'shivro, the dream and its shattering. It's coming from a sentence in the Bible. But Chalom is dream, and in Hebrew, window is Chalon. So Chalom, Chalon. And so you can also say Achalon v'shivro. And I think in some ways it kind of holds a lot of the atmosphere and feeling that happened to us. Here we see a brigadier general. His name is Barak Hiram. He was interviewed to the Israeli 60 Minutes. It's called Uvda, a week after the October 7th. He's about to become the commander of the Gaza unit in the IDF. He didn't start his role yet, but so it happened that he was there on the ground when this attack happened. So on the ground, he was really commanding it and connecting all the troops together and dealing with this whole situation, because he was the highest rank on the ground. And in this interview, Ilana Dayan, the interviewer, is asking him, and he spoke with huge humble, and he's a very impressive person, and with all the responsibility that he could take. And she asked him, how could this happen to us in so many levels? How could the army and the intelligence could be so wrong? How could our government could be in such misconception? How could we were in such conception as Israelis? And he answered some words that in many ways he sums up in just a few lines a lot of what was happening here prior October 7. And he says, we wanted to feel that we were a high-tech nation and didn't need to deal with the wars of the past. We insisted on shaping the enemy in a different way than it really is. As long as we look at the problems with a firm eye, we won't be surprised. As long as we don't tell ourselves stories that our enemies don't really want to destroy us. We've learned that our problems, they don't run away. They only get bigger. And it's been years that in Israel we are talking and we're saying, and the atmosphere is, the conception is that Hamas is deterred. The conception is that if only we would improve their life, we'll be able to live side by side. If only they will get suitcases with tons of money from Qatar all the time and from Europe. Their economy will get better. They wouldn't have the interest to start an attack, a war, start this bloodshed. We will tolerate rockets that has started to be sent towards us since 2006. And only if it's really bad, we're going to respond seriously. And we would tolerate the balloons that sets fire in all the fields in the south and Negev in the south near Gaza. And we'll tolerate again and again. And also the feeling was that we can't just go on an operation. The world would not, support it. We would never have a credit from the world. We didn't want our soldiers to. We weren't necessarily willing to pay the price. We just want to live good. We want to live normal life. We grow kids because we want to love them and be with them. It all kind of, as you understand, blew up in our face.